Hello everyone, welcome to the first section of this course. In this section, I wanted to prepare the model for baking. Alright, let's get started. After doing high poly, low poly and unwrap steps, always again check unwrap at the end to make sure there are no any problems. Of course, before you try to bake, the new version of Substance 3D Painter show these errors. Okay, no problem. For example, one of the most common UV errors is overlapping UV stress happens when two or more parts of the model overlapping each other. Okay, and in the next step, check the smoothing groups to make sure there is no any problem. To see better, make a black material with some specular. If there is a problem with smoothing groups, it will show itself and check that there is no any problem. Okay, good. So before you export the model, select normal in the modifier list and reset the X form, collapse, and finally convert to editable poly. With this method, if there is a problem in modeling, smoothing group or a scale, it resets the model and you don't have any problem in bake. And select all model and Philip. Now the low poly model is ready for export, and always do this so that there is no problem with the model. Alright, after the low poly is ready, if you want to bake the model by naming, see here name a low and a high. You must do all the naming correctly. Be careful, write the name correctly. Hide all model except low poly, focus on low poly. Next step before export, to name the model in Substance Painter, to specify the name of the model in the texture set list, to specify the name. Click on the material editor, find the material you gave the model. Here you can specify the name you want. Any name you write here will be seen with the same name in the texture set list. Next step, if I want to import multiple low poly model, I have to give each one a separate material so that they can be placed in multiple layer in the texture set list. Okay. Alright, now I want to export the low poly model in two pieces. As you can see, I gave two separate materials to the low poly model, and I gave each model a separate name. The color of the material doesn't matter, it just has to be a different material ID. Now I select both model and export selected. Write the name of the model here. Any name you want to write, a low or fire extinguisher. I already exported and now there is no need to export. Okay, I'm done with the low poly model. Hide the low poly to focus on the high poly. If we want to bake the color ID, it is better to give each piece that is needed a material with a different color. The pieces they must have the same material, must be the same color. The high poly is finished, and now I export the high poly model. File, export selected, and you can export with the both FX format and OBJ, and write its name high. I already exported the model and you don't need to export them. They are available in the project file. Run painter, file, new, select the low poly model. Document resolution, you can specify the quality of viewport. Normal map format will specify the XY direction of the map according to the project you have to choose. If you want to export for Unity or Maya, set to OpenGL. Export for Unreal Engine or 3D Max, set to DirectX. I choose OpenGL. You can change the format again later. Import baked maps. If you have already baked model maps, you can import them. So I haven't baked yet, and I want to bake in Substance Painter. Okay, see here the names are according to the names I specified in 3D Max. Okay, I just want to bake the fire extinguisher. No need to bake the spider web. I hide the spider web. Okay, to bake you can click on mod or key F8. You can also from here and texture settings, bake mesh maps. Quick way is F8 or click here and you see the bake space. I don't need a spider web, I hide it. Output size on 4K. And if you enable show for selected texture set, only the cage models you selected in the texture set list will be shown. So I enable. Okay, good. Dilation width to control the calculation of UV edges. As you can see, you can control the intensity of edges calculation. I close this. Click here to import high poly. Well, you can see that K is created automatically. From here we can import the already made cage. Max frontal distance. From here we can control the amount of the cage, how much it moves front or rear. The part that turn red means that they are not placed in the cage. It shows all arrows in red. From here you can specify the color of the arrows. When you see that the part of the model are red, you should increase the space of the cage. Do not make the cage too large and always check the whole model so that there is no error. There is a red spot here. Make the cage a little bigger. 18. Max rear distance. Max rear distance to calculate the rear or bottom cage distance. And always check that the model has no errors. Okay, everything is fine. Do not change the settings here. Enable ignore back face, it won't count the backs anymore. Enable average normal, it will also calculate the edges of the model and the edges will be smooth. And with anti-aliasing, you can adjust the quality and the smoothness of the edges and always set to 64. Well, because we want to bake based on naming, set it to by mesh name. Okay. Here you can see the bake settings, changes if needed, and it shows the high poly model with blue color. Error are showing red, and from here you can change the color of the cage. Here it shows UV errors and you can change its color. Okay, we are done with the settings. Well, we want to bake the first map. Try to bake the normal map first, and when you are sure there is no any problem, bake the rest of the maps as well. Okay. Mm. Here you can choose whether you want to bake both layers together or just the fire extinguisher. Select the fire extinguisher because spider web do not need to be baked. Okay, let's start bake. Well, you can see that I can move while baking and watch how baking is done. You can see that the bake is in progress and you don't see any error messages. I wait for the bake to finish. Okay, bake normal finished. You can see that the bake was done perfectly, and always check the normal map that there is no any problem. To see better, set the viewport to normal mode. Uh, Check that there is no problem. Okay, everything is fine. Back to bake. I also choose other maps. I bake ambient and thickness maps at the end because it take more time, so I bake them at the end. I already bake it and it is in the project file and you don't need to bake it. Well, for settings, you can set it to 64 or 128 and set self occlusion to always because I want it to be affected by ambient light, and self intersection on only same mesh name, and I will not change the rest of the settings. It is better to set it to only same mesh name. Well, everything is fine. I will bake the rest of the maps. Bake. Here you can see the maps that are baked. Baking the color ID. No, the canvas is baking. No, the position is baking. Okay, it's finished. I will keep the ambient and thickness map due to the long baking time of the tutorial and then bake them. I baked both ambient and thickness maps. Okay, everything is fine. We can start texturing. It is better to say before starting. The first section of the course is finished. We will start texturing the next section. Thanks for watching. See you in the next section.